Hello, hello, hello. We are live. We are live. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me, everybody, as we just wait for everybody to come on. I'm just going to give everyone a couple minutes. I'm sorry we're a little bit late coming on. We were just getting ourselves situated here. But yeah, these things, how these things go when it's your first time doing something, something always kind of gives you a little bit of a hiccup right at the last minute. So thank God for technology. We're here and we're live and ready to go. So while we wait for others to join us, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This live will be available afterwards anyway for those who want to rewatch. I'm still trying to situate myself with the cameras, so if I don't see your name to say hello to you, I apologize. I'm going to get really good at this before the year is out, so I'll be shouting out to you as you come on the live. But anyway, talking about today's topic, I was debating with myself about what to talk about for the very first Friday live chat. But my heart kept coming back to one thing, and that is letting go. Sheesh. I know that sounds so very cliche and probably even very typical because uh, it's expected at this time of the year. Everybody's in that resetting mode and really, getting started, readjusting things. And so a topic like letting go can become, rather washed, if I can use that word. It's too common. But I think it's for the very same reasons that it kept coming back into my mind to come back to that letting go, because people are in that mind frame of adjusting and resetting and, new year, new goals, new me, all that stuff, New Year's resolutions, whatever it is that you believe or don't believe. Usually, this time of the month, for most people, it's a resetting time. And so I thought the topic letting go would be appropriate. All right, so letting go. Why is that important? I'll tell you a little short story. A few years ago, I was watching one of my sons at their basketball practice. I don't know what they call this, but the coach would throw a ball to a player, and then the player would have to pass it on to another player who's running by, and so it will keep rotating like that at a particular pace. So coach throws a ball, player catches the ball, passes it to somebody else. Coach throws a ball, player catches the ball and passes it on to another player. But one thing I did notice is that in order to receive the ball from the coach, that player had to pass it on. So the player had to release the ball. They had to let it go. Stick with me for a minute as we delve into that. You cannot receive the next big thing if you're still holding on to the last. The basketball player had to release that ball in his hand in order to receive the next one that the coach had for me. So you can't receive what's coming if you're holding on to something else, because you just don't have the capacity. So there was three things that were playing in my mind that I wanted to share with you that I felt was sort of like a lesson for me just from watching the boys practice. The first thing in my mind was, if the coach threw the ball at the player while that player was still holding the ball, it was going to hit him in the face or maybe even injure him, broken nose, blood everywhere, maybe, a tooth missing, who knows, with the velocity that they would have thrown it at. Is it possible then that sometimes things come our way that we are supposed to catch, but because our arms or our lives are full of other stuff that we should have released already, we fail to catch it? And then it hurts us. The failure hurts us. The disappointment hurts us. And then we blame the thing that hurt us for the pain that we're feeling, when the real problem was that There were things we didn't realize or recognize the moment to let go. Let's think about that for a minute. Think about it. Think about the job you should have left, or the thing you do that you should stop, or the relationship, or the connections you need to move on from. Are you holding on to something that you're supposed to let go? Is there a disappointment or a hurt? Is there a past victory that you're just standing on that mountain and not moving to the next mountain? See, it's not always the bad things. It could be the good things that happen to us. And we get so complacent that we can't move to the next good thing. We stand on that mountain and we stand forever. Do you fail to catch the new thing because you didn't let go of what you were supposed to drop? The second thing that came to my mind was the coach was running this format of practice or play at a particular pace, which meant that each player had to be in the right place and keep the rhythm and the pace going. Just stick with me, I'm going somewhere with this. So, are there places in your life where you may have broken the rhythm or the pace because you weren't at the right time at the right place? Are there things you didn't prepare to receive? Because that's the thing, right? As the coach is throwing the ball, the player had to have their arms open and ready to receive that ball. Have you equipped yourself to be ready to receive? Promotion is coming. Do you have the education for it? Are you ready to take that new role at work? What have you done, right? Are you slowing your own pace down because of things you're carrying with you that are not making you progress? What is it that you need to let go? There's some things maybe that we're holding on to that we should have let go a long time ago. And those things are stopping us from getting where we need to get to. And I hope that 2025 will be the year that we let go of the baggage. The third thing I wanted to note was that the player missed their pass from the coach. When the player missed their pass from the coach, it caused a delay or an interruption to the other players. So the player who's waiting to come now and get the ball from the coach cannot do that because you didn't catch your ball, right? So player in front drops the ball, misses it, has to run afterward, play stops while they go get the ball or whatever the case may be to make the correction. Think about that. How is that impacting those who are coming in generations behind you? When you drop the ball or when you miss to catch what's yours, how is that impacting the pace for those you are raising, for those who are looking up to you, for those who are coming up in the generations behind us? Could it be that our slothness and reluctance to change is impacting our children, is impacting generations, is impacting another whole stream or crop of human beings that are coming up and coming? Is it that our unwillingness to grab the new and let go of the familiar that is causing us to stay in a job where we should have left, in a job where we're not growing, in a job where we're not gaining any more new knowledge, in a relationship that is not blooming or blossoming, in a sport where you're not doing well, in a city where you're not thriving? What are you blocking in your life by not letting go? Okay. So I'm sure that most people will agree with me that letting go is important. We have established that. But how do you do it? Personally, I think it begins with a commitment to yourself, to your own personal growth and your own mental well-being. It's the personal commitment that keeps you determined in those moments when it's hard and when the ugly feelings come up and you just want to quit or just Just not pursue the change, because change is hard, change is difficult. But when you have a personal commitment to seeing growth in your life, you don't need the cheerleaders. You are your own cheerleader, and you're the one who's pushing yourself forward. So I use simple examples like jobs, friends, relationships, but to be told, the truth be told, is often deeper than that. It's often feelings and emotions and things that we would rather not deal with, that we just keep burying and keep, masking with whatever it is we do, whether we keep busy or we just avoid the conversations, anything we can do to avoid it from bubbling up to the surface. But letting go involves allowing yourself to feel those feelings so that you process them and go through all the things that you go through, whether it's grief that you need to let go of, and sorrow, and get that feeling out of your system. So sit with it and deal with it and let it go out until it loses its power over you. Avoiding these things means that we carry them with us all throughout our lives. So letting go, let, letting go of things that hold you back, letting go of things that are connected to a particular mindset or mind frame. For example, one of the things I decided I'm going to start doing this year is letting go of anything that represents lack in my life, because I don't want lack. So, broken pots and cups, torn clothing, old underwear, whatever it is, I'm letting that go, because it connects to me, represents lack and poverty, and that's why you hold on to something that is so. Something you wouldn't even take out when guests are there, you wouldn't use that pot. When guests are there, you wouldn't take out that cup, but you're holding on to it anyway. It causes you some form of embarrassment or feeling to show in public, but you hold on to it. And so for me, it's practical things like that. I'm curious to know, what practical things are you doing to let go? Well, that's all for tonight, folks. I'm so thankful that you were able to join me on this live. We will be doing this obviously better in the coming months, as we grow and improve and our knowledge in technology and how all these things go. But I'm hoping that today's message of letting go resonates with you and maybe even inspires you to make some changes, even if it's baby step changes in your own lives, to take you to the next level where you're supposed to be in the purpose of your life. So thank you so much for joining me, and